To the subscriber that wanted this, I got the hat, and I got the Vegas 2.0 Reverse Retro. I told you I'd put it in a video, and here it is. Got Jack Eichel on the back. There you go. And, yeah, there you go. You were right. It does kind of match a bit. So, welcome back, everyone, to the channel. I'm filming this right after the Central Division prediction video. Thought might as well get the Western Conference done. Pacific Division prediction time. I have, just like the Central Division prediction video, I have all of the teams where they finished last year. Anaheim in 8th, San Jose 7th, Vancouver 6th, Calgary 5th, Seattle 4th, LA 3rd, Edmonton 2nd, and Vegas 1st, and they were your Stanley Cup champions. Let's see how this year plays out. My predictions for the 8th place is different, unlike the Central Division. If Anaheim finishes 8th this year, I don't know what to say. They still don't have Zegras and Drysdale signed. That's a whole other can of worms I'm not going to open. But San Jose should finish last. There is a potential for San Jose to finish last in the league this year, and I would not be surprised. Carlson is gone. Their only veterans left are Couture and Hertl, and Hertl just signed a massive extension, so I'm not sure what they're going to do there. And Couture, I'm not sure where he is on his contract stuff. But San Jose, in my opinion, should be finishing 8th this year, and I'd be kind of surprised if they didn't. But 7th place, however, it's got to be the Anaheim Ducks. The two teams that you can guarantee probably will not be in the playoffs this year. And, yeah, that's kind of Anaheim. And it's funny because 2 years ago, it was the 2021-22 season. Anaheim was in competition for a playoff spot up until halfway through the year, and then the wheels just fell off. Then last year, the entire team fell apart, and they finished last in the league. And now it doesn't look like they're getting better, and they don't have Zegras or Drysdale signed. So we'll see how Anaheim does there. And Alex Stalock, play your heart out in Anaheim. Now, 6th place. This is where it's going to get difficult, I think. 6th place. I already traded out to Foley. Don't know if they're going to sign their guys, but that's why I was worried about doing the Pacific Division. I feel like I'll be saying for a while. 6th place. Last year I had Seattle 6th. I remember we saw how that turned out. This is. I'm really struggling here. I guess I'll go with my gut here and say the Calgary Flames. It is possible that Calgary, if things don't go right this year, will just shed everybody. I mean, Hanifin said he's given second thought. Lindholm, Backlund, they've all kind of said it. I forgot who else there was in there as well. But Calgary, I think, could finish 6th this year, just not because of that they're bad, but the Pacific Division is just, I think, that decent. And that leads me to my 5th place, which would be the Vancouver Canucks, in which I have them making the final playoff spot in the Western Conference. So I'll just do this right now. It's a Y because I have Dallas winning the Western Conference, which you can watch in the Central Division video. But the Vancouver Canucks, I think, last year they had some bad luck. I think they really had struggled holding lead last year. Game 1 went wrong immediately. They were up 3-0, and then Edmonton comes back and wins 5-3. That kind of just summed up how their season would go. And they didn't win 7 off to start the season. I doubt that's going to happen again. They did have a high spot at the end of the year when playing some weak teams. They just looked better under Tocchet than they did under Boudreau. So we'll see if Tocchet can keep that momentum going into this season. Now, going into number 4, purely I think because of losses and just because of how much better this division got, I could see the Vegas Golden Knights going to a wild card spot after winning the Stanley Cup last year. I'm going to be honest, I don't know how Vegas won the Stanley Cup last year. I had them finishing in, I think, the second wild card last season, and they ended up winning the Stanley Cup with the first seed in the Western Conference. I don't really know how they did that. I mean, they didn't have a dominant scorer. Guys like Pacioretty were gone, and injured and gone. They had Eichel, who was their leading scorer. They still have Marchessault. Riley Smith is now gone, and Barbashev has kind of permanently taken his place. And this team's only getting older. I mean, Eichel's still young, but Marchessault, McNabb, Theodore, guys that have been there since the beginning, they're getting older now. And Barbashev was a bit of a more youthful signing of their team, but we'll see how they can perform in this getting better Pacific Division. Pacific Division, I think, is definitely surpassed the Central in talent, and that's not even close. Now, in the third spot, I have Seattle. Well, you didn't hear what I just said, but the Seattle Kraken I can see finishing third. We'll just put them there because I realized I did not make enough space for them. And if you heard me curse, no, you didn't. Understand me. Anyway, Seattle finishing third, I can see. They had a very good year last year. 100 points, and they should only get better with some acquisitions they made. They got Dumoulin to help off the defense because last year their weakness was, I think, goaltending. And now that Martin Jones is gone, so I think Decor's going to get the backup spot unless Drieger comes back. If you can have Grubauer and Drieger. Grubauer still needs to be better. He was lights out against Dallas, I'll give him that. But they were in Game 7 and 1 win away from the conference final in their second season. So they should only get better from here, and hopefully Shane Wright will take that next step. That is the most important thing with Seattle right now, in my opinion. Now at number 2, you have the LA Kings. They get Dubois, they sell off a bunch of depth. That's the kind of move that sees a team go to the top of the standings. And LA I can see doing that, which means I have Edmonton winning the division once again. And, I had Edmonton winning the division last year. I had them winning the league last year with the President's Trophy. That didn't happen. They broke my streak of 2 President's Trophy winners predicted in a row. But Edmonton and LA going to be duking it out for that top spot. We'll see if they play each other in the first round 3 years in a row. Well, that's how you know something's gone wrong for one of those teams. But we'll see if LA can get a home ice advantage in a round. And if they play Seattle, we'll see if Seattle can take them on. Seattle didn't have home ice advantage against Colorado, and they were still able to pull it off against a very injured Colorado, but that's not the point. So, yeah, that's going to be my Pacific Division predictions. Tell me down below what you think of them. I know there's probably going to be a bit more controversy than the Central Division predictions, as this is just a much harder division to predict. And that is good. Unpredictability is always good in a league. If you know what's going to happen, why bother watching? Just place all your money down and you just be rich. That's all you need to say there. But that's going to be all I have for you guys today. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.